Hello and welcome to the show, and welcome to Sharp Practice in Poland. So this is a chance to get my newly painted Russian forces on the table fighting the French. This game is based on the Battle of Pultusk, 26th of December 1806. The Russian troops are quite light. They'll have 3 groups of line, 3 groups of skirmishers and 2 groups of Cossacks. The French will be a little less mobile, 5 groups of line and 2 groups of skirmishers. The Russians are led by Ivan Tobialone, Igor Igorovich and Dmitry Jakov. The latter 2 will be leading the skirmishers, and Vasily Bugarov and Vladimir Bogov will be with the Cossacks. The French are led by Maurice Mangetout, with Antoine Poulet, Pierre Poisson and David Defrit in support. As per the standard rules, Cossacks are pretty rubbish, so I've added a few extra rules. They will never charge a non-shocked group or formation. However, when they do, they'll gain 1 dice 6 for each 2 points of shock the enemy group or formation has. If Cossacks are charged, they can evade using 2 dice 6 plus 6. However, if they're still contacted, then they'll count as being attacked in the rear. And Cossacks are plunderers. After any victorious fisticuffs, they will take a looting test. This map is taken from Napoleon's campaign in Poland, 1806 to 1807 by F. Lorraine Petre. Russian forces are drawn up in defence of Pultusk from the village to the north, and the French will be attacking from the west. I'll be concentrating on the Russian right flank to the north of Pultusk around the village of Mosin. So zooming in on the map, we see the French columns arriving on the left just by the road. In the high ground, in the woods, we have the Russians, and further over to the right by the river are the Cossacks. And here is transposed to the table, the Russian position in the hills in the woods on the right, and the French coming in from the left just by the village. The Cossacks with Bugarov and Bogov will be lurking between the woods and the stream. The objective for the French is simple: drive the Russians from the wood. Although the battle was fought on the 26th of December, recent snow had turned to rain and the ground was more muddy than snowy. Hence, I will not be using my snow terrain. So this is looking from the Russian main deployment point, back end of the woods, towards the village of Mosin and the road on the left. And that is where the French will be coming on the board, that road. And over the right hand side of the woods, we've got the couple of mills there, and that is the Cossack mobile deployment point or movable deployment point. So hopefully they'll be able to get that up the board a little bit. But the problem the Cossacks will have is the lack of open ground, so they are restricted. We are off. Leader 5, that is Vladimir Bogov. I'm going to use the other leader, Bugarov, to do the movable deployment point, so no action just yet. Leader 3, that is Jakov, and he'll be coming on with 1 group of Jaegers. Right, they're coming on here from the Russian deployment point, normally 12, an additional 6 because they're out of line of sight. Could also add another 6 because they're defending. Won't do that, I don't think. They're going to go to the edge of the woods. It's broken ground for the woods. It's not overly dense. Away they go. There, at the edge of the woods there. The plan for the Russians will be to try and get as much shock onto the French as possible and then get the Cossacks swooping in, I think. Blue flag. Ooh, tiffin. Right, end of turn. No French move because they're not on the board. French leader 2. Well, that's Antoine Poulet with 2 groups of line. Right, well look, come on here. Red flag. Leader 1. Ivan Tobialone. Alright, deploy from here and push up behind the Jaegers. Nicely lined out in the woods, and they can advance next time to the edge and then push these Jaegers forward. I probably should have pushed them forward a little bit more anyway. Leader 3, that is Pierre Poisson with the Voltigeurs. Now they need to be pushing in front of the rest of the line and creating their skirmishing formation. Blue flag. Blue flag. Red leader 2. Igorovich. That's the other two groups of Jaegers. Well, they'll be snuggling around the right hand side of the line. Red flag. Blue leader 4. That's Sergeant David de Frit. He's with the main body, can't do anything. Another blue flag, so that's 3. Red flag. Oh, French leader 1, right, that's the main body. But they're going to be stuck behind the others. Red leader 5, now that is, no, that's Bogov. Cossacks. Leader 3. Right, Sergeant Jakov's gang, they'll be pushing forward, I think 3 dice, 2 normal move, and 1 with their additional move. And they go 5. Blue flag, right. All the French have been, so he's going to use those 4 cards to activate again. Yes, right, so Poisson here is going to tell this lot to move and this lot to move. Both will move with 3 dice, 6. Front group will go 10. And the rear group 14. That's handy. The French skirmish line pushing up nicely there. Red leader 4. Aha, that is bugger off. So we can potentially move that movable deployment point. As long as it stays out of line of sight, which it can if it comes over here. That's good, but I think that's probably going to be it. Because the French have advanced so quickly now, there's no chance of getting that movable deployment point moved any further forward. Red card. Oh, well, there we go. We've got another 4 cards for the Soviets, for the Russians. So Igor will activate. He will tell both groups to move forward. 2 dice 6, and then fire, I think. Left-hand group 10. Nice move. We'll go with them. And the other group 12. I should have probably rolled for the firing after they had moved before moving them, but it doesn't really matter. They're going to fire at them. They are close range. Needing 3s to hit with the first fire bonus. Oh, look at that. 6 hits. Oh dear, oh dear. Light cover. 4-5 shock, 6 kill. Oh, okay. 1 kill only. Right. First casualty. And then the other group, again, first fire, hitting on 3s. Wow, another cracking hit. These are new dice. They look pretty good already. So it's 4-5 shock, 6 kill. Oh, massive hit. 2 shock and 3 kill. No leader with them. 1, 2, 3. Fantastic shooting from the Jaegers. And final card is Tiffin. I think that's the first time I've gone through the whole pack and used 2 lots of 4s flags. End of turn. Right, red flag, blue flag, blue flag. Right, random event, firing event, Jaegers. Right, so it's these chaps here that fired. 5. Fire. The nearest building within 12 inches of the fire has caught a light. So that'll be this building here. I don't know whether that will make any difference to anything. Right, red flag. Leader 4. Oh, that's bugger off. Right, I think the Cossacks are coming on. Now, what I'm going to do with these is deploy them here. Or perhaps just up on this ground here so they can see the French. They're all coming on together as a formation, which they're allowed to do. So there they are, bugger off out front. And they're just going to be lurking there, waiting for that French column to advance, get some shock and swoop in if they get the opportunity. Now, I'll tell you what I might do. Pick up these two. And this group will activate. So it's going to be reload fire, and they're firing at these. No first fire this time. So hitting on 4s. Well, again, it's not a bad hit. That's 3 hits. Light cover. 2 more shock. Broken. So there we go, 2 dice, 6 plus 6, which is 11, 17. That's an immediate bad things happen. 4. That's -1, and the French are on 9. Force morale. Right, blue leader 2, that is Poulet. He's with the line, he needs to get them moving. They'll go on the road, 3 dice, 6, I think. Oh dear, 6 inches. French don't like it at the moment. Blue flag and tiffin. Well, that's useful for the French, I guess. Right, so 3 units to move. I can move 2 of them. Right, I've got to remember it's the group that's moving, or the unit, not the leader. Anyways, these guys will move up here with their free move, fire and reload, I think. So 1 dice movement, 5, that's good. They will fire at this group of Jaegers. Close range, hitting on 3s, with the first fire bonus, 4 hits, light cover. So that is 2 shock. And I guess the other move is Mange 2. Mange 2, Mange 2. Come on, get a move on. So there we have it. Everybody's on the table properly. Skirmish battle here. Russians obviously getting the better of this at the moment. These Voltigeurs need to be careful. And the French column also need to get a move on. Cossacks waiting in the wings. And the Russian line on the edge of the woods. They might push forward in a moment. Right, first card up, leader 3, which is the Voltigeurs with Poisson. Right, well, he will add his 2 dice, get these guys to fire directly at these Jaeger. So it's going to be 8 dice. Hitting on 4s this time, no first fire. They will fire and reload. That is a pretty good hit. Light cover, 4-5 shock, 6 kill. So 2 shock and 1 kill. Now, is that on matey? Does Igor pick it up? No, he doesn't. Leader 4, it's all coming the French way at the moment. David Defrit, he can't do anything though, unfortunately. Red leader 2, that is Igor. Right, he's got 4 points of shock there. I guess he's got to take 1 off. Yeah, take 1 off, down to 3, and get them to reload and fire. He can't get involved. So it's only 4 dice. Hitting on 4s. 2 hits. 4-5 shock, 6 kill. Again, these dice are cracking. 1 kill, 1 shock. Poisson picked it up. No. So another Voltigeur goes. Blue flag. Red leader 4. Ooh, bugger off. That's the Cossacks. They will just hold fire for the moment. And tiffin. Right, 1 unit for the French to move. And that will be Poulet coming up the road. This time they go 8. Red flag. Oh, tiffin. Right, okay. Russians can go. 1. Right, I think what they're going to do here is move these Jaegers forward 1 dice and then take on that column. Go 3. Just in close range there. 6 dice, hitting on 3s, first fire. That's 4 hits. That'll be 2 on them and 2 on them. And they're in the open, so it's 3, 4, 5 shock, 6 kill. So that's 2 shock on the front. And 1 shock on the rear. Not overly effective. And the Jaegers will reload. Right, next turn. Red flag. Blue flag. Oh, would you believe it? Tiffin's up again. Right, so the Russians will go first because they've got a slightly higher force morale. And simply, that is going to be the Jaegers here firing again at that French column. They'll fire and reload. 6 dice, hitting on 4s. 3 hits, so we'll have 1 on the back, 2 on the front. That is another 2 shock. They're up to 4 shock. And the rear group, another shock there. They're up to 2. So for the French, I think we've really got to get rid of these skirmishers as quickly as we can. So I want to get this group, or this formation, into line, which they will do. Snap them in. They can't do anything else. I don't think they can fire. They certainly can't move. So they will present. Right, next turn. Red leader 2, and that is Igor Igorovich with the Jaegers. Ooh, I think it's more of the same from him. 1 point of shock off and reload fire. 4 dice hitting on 4s. That's 3 hits. 4, 5 shock, 6 kill. Another 3 points of shock. So they're up to 4. Red flag. Blue flag. Blue leader 2. This is sorely needed. That's Poulet. Right, this could be devastating. Poulet will take a point of shock off. He'll pick up that flag. So I'll add that to the fire and he will direct it. So it's close range, it's first fire bonus, it's controlled volley. I think that's anything but. So that 1, 2 misses, and that's all on that one group. So soft cover, 4, 5 shock, 6 kill. Okay, so that is 3 shock and 3 kill. So 1 or 2, and that is on the leader. It is. He's wounded. So Sergeant Yakov takes a wound. He's down to 0, and 2 Jaegers die. Bad things happen. Wounded leader 6. That's -1. The Russians are on 10. Blue flag. Ooh, and Tiffin. So the Russians will go again. They're on 10, and the French are on 9 force morale. What to do? I think I'm going to get this group to reload and fire at these Voltigeurs. 6 dice hitting on 4s. Not so good this time. Only took 2 hits. 4, 5 shock, 6 kill. Another point of shock, which puts them up to 5, and there's 5 of them. And French unit, well, I think really it's Mange 2's gang here. They've got to, I think they'll come over here actually, so it'll just be 2 dice. They go 5, disappointing. So the Russian skirmish screen has started to take some shock and casualties there, and it looks like the French are getting their act together and massing. So can the Jaegers do the business, or are they going to get swept away? Right, first card up is Pierre Poisson, the Voltigeurs. I think realistically he'll take off a point of shock there, or he'll probably take 2 points of shock off actually. So they go down to 3. And that's all he can. They've got a free move. What am I going to do with them? I might put them over there actually. They go 6. That's a good move. All right, blue card. Red leader 4. That is Buggerov with the Cossacks. I haven't really got a target at the moment. Blue leader 2. Poulet. Right. Well, I think it's more of the same from them. So they will present and fire. So they'll be unloaded this time. Close range. No first fire though. He can take a point of shock off here. 17 dice. Hitting on 3s because they've got controlled fire. Again, pretty good. 4, 5 shock, 6 kill. Ooh, it's another 2 kills and 4 shock. 1, 2, 3, 4. And of the 2 kills, is one of them on jack off? No, it's not. So I'm afraid with 2 killed there, they are going to rout. So they'll be going 2 dice 6 plus 6. They go 12. There they are, back by the line. It's a bad things happen. 5, which is a cheeky -2, and the Russians are on 8. Blue flag. Russians need a bit of action here, don't they? Red flag. Leader 1. That is certainly not it, because that's Monge 2. Right, his column will continue to advance. 11. Tiffin. That is not what the Russians wanted. So, 2 cards for the French and 1 for the Russians. Right, this group will reload fire at the front of the French column here. If they can do a bit of shock, we can get the cavalry in. So that's 4 hits, so we'll have 2 on the second group. Front group gets 1 kill. And the rear group, 2 shock. Red flag. French leader 2, Antoine Poulet. Alright, having got rid of the Jaegers in front of him, they will reload and he's going to get them under control. So these are conscripts and volunteers, so he needs a 4, 5, 6 to get them under control. Which he does. Right, that's good. Now he'll take off a point of shock. They're down to 2. Probably take 2 points of shock off, actually. I don't think the controlling business is a command initiative. Right, done. Red flag. Blue flag. Red leader 3. That is Jack off. Well, he's gone. Take him out. Red flag. That's 3 now. Let's activate a group. Yes, okay, I'm going to do that. Yeah, activate group. Right, done. Right, again, it's reload fire. These guys straight at the column. Getting on 4s. Oh, that's a cracking hit. So, well, I'm thinking actually they get it at the back as well. 1 kill, 1 shock. One shock. I think these guys get light cover because they're so far back. Oh, it's a kill though. Unlucky. Red leader 1. Oh, finally, he hasn't moved for ages. Well, that's old to be alone. He will advance 1 dice to get to the edge of the wood. 5. That's a good move. Any more than that, and they start to take shock, I think. So there they are. They're now at the edge of the woods. That's all they can do this time. Oh, no, they might be able to present. They move once, yes, so they can present. Red leader 5, bog off. He will hold his horses, literally. Blue leader 3, Pierre Poisson with the Voltigeurs. Well, here he is. I'm just going to move them over there a little bit more. He will take off 2 points of shock, and they will fire 5 dice. Getting on 4s against these Jaegers, so that's 3 hits. 4, 5 shock, 6 kill, 2 shock. And they will reload. I could have probably used that card there for an extra dice, but forgot. Right, red flag. Blue flag. Ooh, French leader 1. Alright, this is annoying because Poulet is in the way. So, I think at the moment I'm just going to get the shock removed. So 1 from them and 2 from them. And get him on the move. Oh, I can tell him to move. Yeah. So that goes back to 2. And he will tell that lot to move. Unfortunately, they've already moved, so he will take off that point of shock there. Just checking that one. Red leader 2, Igorovich with the Jaegers. Right, he will pick up the red card, red flag. So he's a leader 3. He'll take off, 2 points of shock. He will direct fire. It will be a reload fire. 7 dice. Hitting on 4s, going for the column again. Nice hit. Okay, so it's 2, 2, 1. Oh, another kill. Second group, 2 shock. And rear group, 1 shock. So they're getting whittled away pretty badly at the moment. Blue flag. That's interesting, got 3 now. Oh, and Tiffin. Alright, that's it, all the French units have moved. End of turn. So the French are trying to organise themselves here. They can see the line of Russians in the trees there. They just need to clear away those skirmishers and away they go, although they can see over in the left, far distance, a nasty looking group of Cossacks. So you've got to be careful. Voltigeurs might have something to say about that though. Right, red flag. Oh, blimey, Tiffin already. Need to shuffle them better. Right, 1 Russian go. And I think it doesn't make any difference because they've got shock. So these guys are going to fire directly at the column again. 5 dice hitting on 4s. 3 hits. So that is 1 per group. Front group, nothing. Next group, light cover, nothing. And the rear group, nothing. Useless. Red flag. Blue leader 4, that's David de Frit. He'll take a point of shock off. Red leader 4, that is bugger off. Again, he's just going to hold. Blue flag. Blue leader 2, Antoine Poulet. Nice. And that is nice because they're under control, so they can move and they can get out of the way of Mange 2. Now I think because they're in line, and I don't want to give him any more shock, although he will take a point of shock off, they will just advance the 1 dice. And that's a good move. I'll come down here, bleeding very slightly. Oh, -1 for that shock. They're now out of the way a little bit better. Blue flag. Red flag. Ooh, red flag. Right, well that's 3 for the Russians, but it's also a moving random event. 4. Make way. The leader commanding the group of formation which has moved is accidentally barged down by his men. On his next activation he cannot move or use his initiatives and will simply dust himself down. Oh dear. Right, down you go. But for the Russians, I'm going to pick up those 3 flags, and he is going to activate on the 3 flags. He's going to tell them to fire and them to fire, or reload and fire. So it's 5 dice here. Hitting on 4s, that's 3 hits again, 1 on each group. In the open for the front group, that is a point of shock. Light cover for the next group, that is a point of shock. And the rear group is also a point of shock. Okay, and then this group is 5 dice as well. They lose 1 for the shock. Same target, 4 hits. Right, 2 at the front and 1 on the latter groups. Front 2, they're in the open. That is 1 kill, 1 shock. Yes, so they're up to 2. I need to roll for Mange 2. No, so they're down to 4 with 2 shock. Centre group, no effect, and rear group, another kill. Dear oh dear. Oh, red leader 1. Okay, so that's to be alone. He is going to stay in the trees. Red flag. Leader 3, blue. That's Pierre Poisson, the Voltigeurs. Right, now, I want them to hop over there. They're going to move all 3 movement dice, and I want them over here. Right, so they're right next to it, so I think they just discard 1 dice, or the lowest. So they'll go 4, and then they'll move their extra dice go 5. They're not quite in position yet. I need to be careful of that burning building, but that little fence is where they want to get. Right, blue flag, 3. Ooh, okie dokie. Right, I'm going to use them. Right, Mange 2's unit are going to get into line, so they'll go there. Do that automatically. I've got to roll for these. They'll be -2, but that is more than enough to get into line there. I think that's all they can do. Well, no, they should be able to present, actually. Oh, look, another blue flag. Red leader 5 is Bogoff. He will not do anything. Red leader 2 is Igorovich with the Jaegers. Righty ho. Again, he will tell them to reload and fire and them to reload and fire. So it's the same again. It's 5 dice. Now I think you split them all for the formation, and same with them. So it's 5 each. Might as well do them all together, to be honest. Hitting on 4, 5, 6. So that's a pretty good hit. So it's 2, 2, 2, and I'll have 1 there. Now they are in the open. No hiding behind the others now. That's 2 points of shock. They're up to 4. That is 2 points of shock. They're up to 4. And the final group is also 2 points of shock, and they're up to 5. Now that is very interesting because the Cossacks are looking on. Oh, and there we go, Tiffin. So the French, have they got anything left? Yes, they've got leader 1, but it's the unit that activates. Have the Russians? No, they've all gone. End of turn. Right, next turn, David de Frit, he'll take a point of shock off. So the group he's with goes down to 4. Ooh, nice one. French leader 2, Antoine Poulet. Well, there he is, and he will simply get up, and that's the end of the turn for him. Red leader 2, Igor Igorovich with the Jaegers. More of the same. I'll do them all together. So it's 10 dice. Getting on 4s. Okay, that's pretty good. 6, so it's 2 on each. Right, this group here is 1 kill, 1 shock. The French are struggling here. Centre group, 1 kill, 1 shock, so they're up to 5. Is the kill on Mange 2? It is. Right, he's wounded. Down to 2 command initiatives. I should be taking that present off. Can't remember when I put that on, actually. No, that's okay. Final group. Oh, another kill. Now, is that on David de Frit? It's not. Well, that's another musketeer gone. So that's 2 dead, and he's wounded. So Mange 2 wounded. Level 3. Ooh, 1. That's lucky. -1. French are on 8. Russians are on 8. Just check the shock. There's 5 with 5. They're close. Ooh, now there's 4 with 5. Does the leader count? It doesn't. They go back an inch. They can go with them, so the formation's not broken, but they're pushed back, so that's another bad thing's happened. 1. Fortunately for the French, that's no effect. Blue flag. Blue flag. Tiffin. Ooh, my word. Right, I have 2 flags, and I have 2 French units that haven't moved, which is this formation here, and the Voltigeurs. So I'll do the Voltigeurs first. They are going to sneak up to the fence there, which they just about do. Even with that -1, I'll let them go for that, and then they will fire, probably with only 3, I'll allow them at the Cossacks. It's close range, it's hitting on 4, 5, 6. They're in the open. Oh, desperate shooting there. They will miss. And I think this lot are presented. They will fire. I've got to get rid of these skirmishers. Right, it's only 10 dice. It's first fire, and it is controlled, so it's anything but close range as well. So I could have done without that, but there is 4 hits on both groups of Jaegers. Soft cover, so it's 4, 5 shock, 6 kill. Ooh, they got away with that, haven't they? 1 point of shock. And this group here, Nothing. Wow. So they are now fire reload. Yeah, they're reloaded. All right, first card up is leader 2. That is Antoine Poulet. They will grind their way forward and go 6. Fantastic move. 5 because they got that shot, which he'll take off actually. Yep. There we go. And then getting in range. And these Frenchies are getting pretty close to that Russian line. Red leader 4. Ooh, bugger off. Right. Now, of course, what I forgot is these guys are stationary at the moment, so they can't gallop in. What they're going to do is, I guess, walk over here with 2 dice into the woods, get themselves away from those Voltigeurs. They go 7, which is very useful. Blue flag. Another blue flag. And red leader 2, which is Igor Igorovich. Now they're doing a cracking job on this line. They will go again. 5 dice each. He'll tell them both to fire and reload. Getting on 4s. Okay, not quite so good this time. 2, 2, 1. But they're in the open. Nothing. That is 1 shock, so they'll be going back again. And nothing. Right, so they go back 2 inches this time. They can still stay together, luckily. But they're going back. That's how bad things happen. 1, no effect. The French are not liking it. Red flag. Red flag. Red flag. Ooh. Random event. 8. Oh my word, 3 rounds of bloody minute. Unit immediately takes 1 additional firing related action. Oh, okay, so, well, there's 2 units there, so one of them can reload. Not overly helpful, unfortunately, but they'll reload. And Tiffin. Ooh. They're both on 8/4 morale. The Russians have 3. Right, the only thing that the Russians can do is wheel, I think, so that means they're not presented. They've got to face the threat of Poulet over there on their left. So they will wheel 6, 5. Well, I think that might be about perfect. And there we go. They are lined up absolutely lovely on Poulet's gang. I mean, I'm not so worried about Monge 2 at the moment. He's retreating, getting pushed back by the Jaegers. Right, the French here, what can they do? Well, they can fire and reload, I guess, but it's going to be pretty pathetic. But they've got to go for it. Just about in close range still. It's 9 dice hitting on 4s. Okay, that's not bad, actually. 2 on them, 3 on them. Light cover. 4, 5 shock, 6 kill. 1 shock. And nothing. So they fired and reloaded. Okay. But they're uncontrolled. Perhaps I should have presented fired. Sorry, Monge 2, Mon Brave. Right, the other unit that can activate is the Voltigeurs. I'm going to allow them 4 to fire at the Cossacks. They are long range, though, because it's over 12 inches. 5, 6 to hit. 1 hit. They are in the open, so anything 3s and above, 1, useless. Well, force morale of 8 each, so it's fairly even on that front, but I'm afraid the French are suffering here. Monge 2's main formation is pretty shattered and staggering back. We've got Poulet here on the French right flank, but look out, the Russian unit is ready to unleash a first volley against them if they get a chance. And meanwhile, the Cossacks, who've done bugger all with bugger off and bog off, but they're lurking in the trees now. Right, that is bog off. So they will stay in the formation. So, oh, there we go, bugger off straight away. They will continue moving in the trees. Now, it's broken ground. So you can't run in the trees, but I'm going to allow them to walk again and probably get out of sight of the Voltigeurs. They go another 6. Oh, it's all going all the Russians' way, isn't it? Number 2 is Igor Igorovich. Well, that's handy, actually. He will tell that lot to fire, and he will move that lot out the way. So I'm going to move them first. I'll move with their free move first, 6, which is fantastic. I'll go back here. They will reload and then turn around. I think they can do that. So they will fire and reload. 5 dice, hitting on 4s or misses. Ooh, tipping. Well, there we go. End of turn. Right, red leader 1. That is not good for the French, because I'm afraid to be alone is going to get these guys to present and fire. They can only fire controlled. And that's what they'll do. Present fires to be unloaded. It's close range. It is first fire. He will be involved. It's 27 dice. Hitting on anything but. That's the first 20. Yeah, that's pretty bad. I've got another 7. Ooh, right. Let's work that out. Right, so it's 11 dice and 10 dice. They're in the open. This is nasty. Alright, 1, 2, 3, 4 kills and 4 shock. Right, let's get that shock on. Right, 4 kills, 3 and under. Old Poulet's got it. Yes, so he's wounded with another 1, 2, 3. And on this group, okay, not quite so bad there, but there's a lot of shock. What's that? 3, 6, 8 shock. Right, 1, 2, 3 dead. Okay, there is 5 with 4. Bad things happen for him. Is 5, level 2 leader. -1, French are on 7. And the Russian line are unloaded. Oh dear, never rains but it pours. That is bugger off. Right, well, I tell you what, I just looked at the rules. These chaps can penetrate skirmishers, so they're going to get into the canter, go through those Jaegers and start making their way towards Poulet. So it's 2 dice 6 plus 6, so that is 11, which puts them down here. Charging out of the trees. Hurrah! Here come the Cossacks. They're going to smash into the French there. That'll be interesting. Blue flag. Blue flag. Ooh, and tipping. Not what the French wanted. They got 2 units to move. Well, these chaps here, oh dear, it's the unit, isn't it? So they will, yeah, present fire. They'll be unloaded. 7 dice only. Hitting on 4s. Oh, that's a good hit though. So it'd be, I guess it'd be hitting these 2 groups, 3 on each, in the open. So that's 3 shock here. And this group here, 1 kill, 1 shock. And I guess the other group to activate will be the Voltigeurs here. Free move, they'll just hop over there. And they will fire at this group of Jaegers. 6 dice, close range hitting on 4s. That is just 2 hits. They are light cover, so that's 1 kill. Alright, blue flag. Red leader 1. So that's to be alone. And so they will reload and present. Can't do anything else than that, and he'll take a point of shock off. So they're a bit slow at the Russian line. Down to 2 shock. Igor Igorovich. Right, here he is. He will tell this lot to fire, and he'll take a point of shock off them. So they'll be firing with 4, hitting on 4s. 2 hits, so it's 1 on them, 1 on them. In the open, 1 point of shock. Oh, another one. and 1 point of shock. So they're up to 5 there. They're up to 7. And they go back 3. So that means they're broken. They can't go with them. So group obliged to withdraw 3. No effect. And formation broken 2. That's -1. They're on 6. Blue flag. Red flag. Blue leader 4. That is David de Frit. He'll just take a point of shock off. Leader 2 is Poulet. Well, here he is. Oh dear, he's only got 1 command initiative because he's wounded. Crikey, in a bad way. I might pick up. Yeah, slightly loath to do it. The French are in a bad position. I'll pick up 2 cards. So he's status 3. So it's 1, 2, and 3 off them. Red flag. Blue flag. Red leader 5. That's bog off. No. Ooh, but here we go. Bugger off. Now, to be fair to the direction that the cavalry are going, they can't hit Poulet, and they're going to go straight for Mange 2's right-hand group there, I think. They're galloping. It's 3 dice plus 9. Yep, they're in. Cossacks hammer into the French here. I think this is curtains for this group. Right, 15 dice for the Cossacks, including my additional dice for the shock. We're looking for 5s and 6s. So 3 5s and 3 6s. Looks like they're going to be wiped out. It's actually 7 for the French. Right, so they are killed. And we've got 4 kills coming back and 2 shock. So there'll be 1 shock on each group. Here's one of the kills on leader. Yes, it is. 1, 2, 3, it's bugger off. It is bugger off, so he is down to level 1. And we'll lose 1, 2, 3 others. We can't lose him, as that's bog off. Right, so bad things happen for a level 2 wounded. Is 6. That's -2. Russians are on 6. The French, however, is group wiped out. 6. Oh, that's never good. -2. And the French are on 4. One of the command cards has gone. Now I need to do a check whether these guys are going to plunder the dead. Basically, even Stevens, 4, 5, 6 are okay. They're okay. So they're not interested in the loot at the moment, so they can move on after combat. French leader 1, Mange 2. Desperate times. That presenter's obviously gone. I think that's uncontrolled, actually. Well, he's got 2 command initiatives. He'll take a point of shock off, tell them to fire at them. That's it. Oh, there's so much shock. It's like 1 firing. Well, he'll just have to take another point of shock off. It's pointless firing with one musket. Red flag. Blue flag. Red flag. That's random event. I guess the last ones that did anything with the Cossacks movement. 7. No effect. French leader 3. That is Pierre Poisson. Well, here he is. He will get them to fire and add his 2. They'll be firing these Jaegers, so it'll be 7 dice. You'll pick up the extra card, so it's 8 hitting on 4s. Not brilliant. 3 hits. And a 4, 5 shock, 6 kill, 2 shock. So they are up to 5. There's 5 of them. Final card Tiffin, and those 2 cards are wasted. End of turn. Right, blue flag. Red leader 1. Disastrous for the French. Because to be alone is presented, they will fire and reload. It's 25 hitting on 3s. Well, look at that. Right, so there's 12 on these guys. In the open. Oh, that was a 3. Okay. Right, 2 kills and 4 shock. Up to 8. Okay, it's one of the kills on Jobby. It's not. So 3 with 8 shock, they're going to break. And the other group. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 killed and 4 shock. Shock on first. 1, 2, 3, 4. There's no leader with them. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is absolutely devastating. So 3 with 9, they're going to break. Right, 2 dice 6 plus 6, so they will go 10. These other ones will go 9. So there they are, running away. 2 bad things happen there. 1, 6, 1, 1. That's -3. French on 1, force morale. Leader 3 is Pierre Poisson with Voltigeurs. I mean, I guess he'll fire here again. It's going to be 7 dice. Hitting on 4s. That's a cracking hit. I think it's too little, too late. 1 kill and 2 shock. There's 4 with 7, so go back 6. Blue flag. Red leader 2, which is Igorovich. Well, he's here. He's going to get his gang to move forward 2 dice and fire at them. We need a coup de grace. Go 7. In close range. It's 5 dice hitting on 4s. Just the 2 hits. In the open, 1 kill. Is that on David? No. Red flag. Red flag. Red flag. Well, they've all gone so far, I think, apart from the Cossacks. Well, there we go, Cossacks, yes. So as I understand it, they can change deviation very slightly. I think to be fair to the French, they'll canter through the gap here. So it's 2 dice plus 6, so they'll go 11. Not overly useful. Blue flag. Leader 4, well, they'll just take a point of shock off. Let's bugger off. French leader 2, that is Poulet. While he's with the routing troops here, he's wounded. I guess he can run over here. He abandons them, goes and helps Mange 2. As the cavalry goes screaming past, he sneaks in behind. Pick up those 2 flags, take some shock off. Red flag. Leader 1. Mange 2. Crikey. He's failed in his duties. Oh, I don't know. Move him up here. Form up. It's -3 on the move. Okay, they can go up. So they're doing that. Present. Leader 4, David. Well, he'll take a point of shock off. They're rallying the troops, what's left of them. Leader 5, bog off. He'll take a point of shock off. So the Cossacks have no shock now. And look, ooh, final card tiffin. Right, I think this will be a final turn. Red flag. Red flag. Red flag. Right, so that's movement for Mange 2. So these chaps move last. 11. That's about resupply with the commissariat. I think they're okay. Blue leader 3, which is Pierre Poisson. They will continue to fire at these Jaegers here. 7 dice. Hitting on 4s, so that is 3 hits. And not quite in the flank or rear there. That's 1 kill. Now, is that on Igorovich? No, it's not. So another Jaeger goes. But I think what I'm going to do is pick those up. Should have done it probably before, and Igorovich will activate. He's down a skirmisher now, so it's 4, 5, 6 with him at these guys. They will reload fire, hitting on 4s. 3 hits. So 1 on those, 2 on those. In the open, no effect. Might have wasted this. And no effect. Disaster. Leader 1. Right, to be alone has got to control his troops. Right, they are regulars, so 3 and above they're okay. Yes, they obey orders, so they can stop firing, which is good news. I think he'll wheel them around to the right. 1 dice. 1. Well, there we go. And he would also have taken off 2 points of shock. Yeah, not brilliant. Red flag. Leader 2, Igorovich. Right, come on. Oh, he's been. And Tiffin. Right, 1 Russian move. These chaps here will walk and turn. 7. Well, I guess they're going to sort of go around like this. Right, blue flag. I think it's the only one the French have. Leader 4, David Defrit. Take a point of shock off. Leader 1, to be alone. He will advance. They will go 1 dice. 6, nice move. Less 1 for the shock. Which he will have taken off actually. And they will present. Leader 2, Igorovich. Okay, 6 dice, hitting on 4s. So that's 4 hits, 2 on each group. Right hand group is 1 point of shock, so they're up to 4. And the left hand group is another 2 shock, they're up to 4 as well. Red flag. Mange 2. You'll pick that up, level 3. So he will take a point of shock off here and a point of shock off here. Get them to fire, reload, and he will join in. 10 dice hitting on 3s. That's not bad. Light cover to one of the Jaegers, 1 group, but that's rubbish. 2 shock. And they will reload. That is bog off. He will go with bugger off when we get it. That is red card, or red flag. Tiffin, right, so that will be the Cossacks. Right, better just check the roll on that. It's 2 dice plus 6, so that's plenty to get in. Away they go. Ooh-ah. Right, here we go. Looking for 5s and 6s. No, not brilliant from the Cossacks there. And the French. Right. So it's 5 kills here. We'll have 3 there and 2 there. Is that on a leader? No. So 1, 2, 3. 2 kills and 1 shock here. Is it on the leader? No. 4 kills here. 2 on each group. Is it on a leader? Yes. 1, 2, 3, bog off. 4, 5, 6, bugger off. It's bugger off. Bugger off is killed. No, he's 0 rated, sorry. 3 go with him. 1, 2, 3. Bad things happen for bugger off being wounded is 5. -1. Russians are on 5. However, they are going to run away, and they'll take the leaders with them, who are both wounded. And I guess they're just going to sort of run that way. I mean, it's chaos, really. The French lose. They had 1 force morale left, and they're gone, and the Cossacks will start plundering the dead. So I'm afraid Mange 2's attack has come a cropper. There he is. He's with a couple of survivors from that Cossack charge who are busy plundering now, so he can possibly escape. But to be honest, he's being attacked in the rear. He's got Jaeger to his front, and the big, well, hardly touched Russian line here, which is going to grind its way forward and basically kill them all. And that's it. The Russians win a very good victory. It's just a shame that to their left flank, Pultusk has fallen, and they're going to move back out of the area, and the French will win the overall battle. But certainly for this skirmish on the Russian right flank, they gave the French a good pounding. And that's reflected in the casualties. Mange 2 and Poulet wounded, 27 line and 4 voltigeurs killed. Whereas the Russians nearly buggered off. He had 2 wounds, down to 0. Jakov was wounded, and they lost 8 Jaeger, 1 line, and 6 Cossacks. So that's my first trial run out with my Russian force against the French. Quite happy with that. This is a one-off game, just to try out the new rules with the Cossacks, and I think they work pretty well, to be honest. Not overly strong, not overly weak, so happy with that. What did for the French, though, unfortunately, were the new green dice. They were fantastic, certainly in the early stages of the game. Right, that's it for now. Hope you enjoyed it. I certainly did. I do have a small Russian campaign, which I'll be kicking off in a couple of weeks' time, so looking forward to that. And I hope you can join me then. That's it for now.